Hey guys, Thunderset here once again with some Dinos. This time we're going 30 cards with the Lightsworn engine of Spell Specialist, Charge of Light Brigade. So we'll start with the Lightsworn cards. Obviously 3 Charge of Light Brigade, we're using 1 Solar Recharge to help meet the spell requirement. 3 Raidens, because we have a little extra we can do with Raiden. So we want 3 of him and only 2 Lumina and 2 Ricos. I really like Rico in this current meta. A little better than extra Lumina plays. And we have some Dinos that can vibe with Raiden and work out a little well for some extra synchros. So it's pretty cool. On top of the other spells, we're using Double Evolution Pill, which works great for this deck because you banish 1 dinosaur and 1 non-dinosaur monster from your hand or graveyard, which you're usually going to have. We'll have a Lightsworn or we'll have a Dino. So it works out pretty well. But what are we summoning, guys? We're summoning Overtix Qualtless, whatever that crazy card is, because we can ignore summoning conditions. And this guy says he can't be normal summoner set, must be special summoned by your hand by shuffling 5 banished dinos into your main deck. So that's a pretty hard feat to do, but it's actually doable in this deck. There will be instances where you have 5 dinos banished, so you can summon it from your hand, but most of the time you're going to be doing it with Double Evolution Pill. And he has an effect if he's sent from the graveyard with these guys, you get a search Double Evolution Pill, which essentially is just thinning your deck, but it's a little extra, so that's pretty cool too. But he's one of the few bosses. The other boss is Secret Tyranno Infinity. He gets super high, you saw in my other Dino decks, but it's even stronger and faster here. Thanks to Miscellaneousaurus and him being in the graveyard, we'll just banish 4 and get big ol' Infinity Tyrannos out. It works out great. On top of that, we have synchro plays with a level 3 Jurek Dino, and we're using Gillosaurus, guys. Gillosaurus can special summon around a Raiden. Gillosaurus can special summon around a Dino. He can just special summon and hit for lethal. He's a dinosaur in your graveyard. Works out really well in this deck. I was actually really surprised at how good Gillosaurus was doing. So the extra deck, guys, very nice. We're using Pixie Dragon in a new card. After resolving a field spell card, you can draw 1 card. That does work because we're still using Destroyosaurus and Jurassic World. 1 copy of Jurassic World to help with Spell Specialist. Add that with Fossil Dig. We have 3 specific Dino cards in our 5 spells, and Charge of Light Brigade works out very well, guys. And then we just have the normal synchro plays of Michael. Bryonic is our 3 and our 3. Of course, Fortune Lady Every from Illumina. We have our big boy Zeta and our Samurai Destroyer. So it's a very strong synchro pool. But it's all about these Infinity Tyrannos, guys. You get a bunch of banished. They're super crazy. This boy, he's a lot of negate. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a trap or spell card, you can destroy 1 dinosaur type monster from your hand or face up on the field, and if you do, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy the card. So that can work well with things like Babysaurus and stuff, but we're not really revolving around that skill. He's just a big boy to pull out, and we can summon him through his normal effect with all the banished dinos we eventually get. So guys, this thing spams the field with synchros, spams the field with dinos, and you just sneak up on them with these big Tyrannos, and people just do not see it coming, guys. Works out really well. Obviously, decks like these are still weak to No Mortal Can Resist and things like that, but we don't have any back row for them to use too many Cosmic Cyclones or things to make it easier for them, so you're not running into it too much. I was just honestly blown away with how functional this deck was. It's actually pretty good. It was blowing my mind with how I was like in every duel. It was pretty great stuff, guys. So I hope you enjoy the replays, and thanks for watching. Alright, here we are with Ishizu going first. Using Spell Specialist. Starting with Double Evolution Pill, Fossil Dig, and Solar Recharge. Pretty much everything we want but our Light Brigade. So we go into a Fossil Dig, search our Miscellaneousaurus, play our field. We used our Destroyer. Now here was a misplay. I didn't mean to just use Miscellaneousaurus. I wanted to normal summon Miscellaneousaurus. So that was unfortunate. It would have just saved us a bit of life points, but it was the play I was going to make. And then we would wind up with him in the graveyard all the same. Here our opponent's going to destroy our field spell with Squire Saga. saved us for 2400. So like I said, it would have just saved us, 1800 life points. But that would have been pretty good. Our opponent's still going. He normal summons a Solitaire. Special summons the Spectral Sword. Swings at us for 24. Swings at us for 800. So not too crazy. Now we're going to use our Charge of Light Brigade, mill a whole bunch, 3 dinosaurs. Search our Raiden, use our Solar Recharge on our Raiden, that's 2 more. So look at this, guys, that's Gillosaurus. He special summons, so that lets our opponent special summon something, that's no problem. Now we're gonna double Evolution Pill just to bait out this back row. We need to bait out this back row so we can get the real monster we want out. And there it is, it's a Canadian, we just let our big boy take it. Now we summon our Raiden. We're gonna use his effect, but our boy hits us with a Regeki Break. Guess what? You fell right into our trap. Here comes the big boy. Way too big. 5k over your little Spectral Sword. Hit him for 4.2k. Absolutely crazy stuff. Weren't even able to get a synchro off, guys. Great stuff. Alright, here we are facing Old School Seto. Going second. So what would any deck be without some quick OTKs, guys? So you know this deck has some quick OTKs. We're about to show them off. We have a Charge of the Light Brigade, we have a Raiden. Our opponent just sets 1 monster. We get a Gillosaurus, guys. He's the key to the OTK. So we search our Lumina. We're going to start with special summoning our Gillosaurus, because his effect will let your opponent special summon from their graveyard, but he has nothing in his graveyard. So that's just a free special summon of Gillosaurus. And we get to discard our Raiden, go right into a Raiden, mill even more dinosaurs, synchro into Michael. With Michael, we're able to banish that face down Stone of Ancient, 1400, 2600, exact lethal with that Gillosaurus special summon. Dino OTKs with Gillosaurus, guys. Absolutely wild. Alright, facing Yusei, going second. Looks like a 30 card deck for our opponent too. That's really weird. I ran into so many 30 card decks. Using a 30 card deck, they're not very popular as much as they were. It's a 30 card 6 samurai, so this guy's on some other stuff. It's going straight to a Shien though, with his +2, so I mean you can't really beat that. But putting draw power in a 30 card deck is usually not the way to go. Our opponent has no back row. Now we're going to use Charge of the Light Brigade. He did not negate it. We're going to do it again. We accidentally threw away our Overtext, so we can't use our Overtext. Didn't negate it again, guys. He thought about it, thought we were just baiting him, but we're not just baiting him. That was our whole thing. Throw away our Miscellaneous Source. We used our Lumina. Lumina throws away Raiden, then brings out Raiden. We actually threw away, a Tyranno to give us even more dinos. Now we're going to Synchro. After we use Raiden's effect to dump another dino, Synchro into Michael. Michael's gonna banish that Shien. Now it's time for Miscellaneous Source, guys, for a giant Infinity Tyranno Infinity. 4k, guys. We just get over that little monster, smack him in the gob for 4k with a Michael removal. It's absolutely crazy, guys. Just absolutely crazy. Great stuff. Alright, here's a Yamayuki. Going second. This deck has first or second turn plays. It looks like our opponent is also 30 cards. Doesn't seem like he's Spell Specialist. So we already have a double Evolution Pill and our Charge of Light Brigade, so that's going to be great for us. Opponent is Lightsworn, but he just has Lumina Plate to mill, so it's a very vulnerable field we're going to take advantage of. We used our Charge of the Light Brigade. We probably should have used Destroy Source first, so we didn't accidentally mill his field spell. Sorry, but we didn't, so it's okay. We use his effect now. Now we can double Evolution Pill, banish a Gillosaurus and a Rico. That brings out our Overtext. Normal summon a Raiden. That mills 2 more cards. Miscellaneous is among them. Special summon our level 3 Dino with the Miscellaneous. Use our Jurassic World. He's now 2k, 3k, 18k, just in the blink of an eye with just normal summons, normal monster tuners. Just right up there, hitting for lethal over 1 monster. Super easy, guys. Great stuff. Alright, here's the Nishizu. We're going second. We're rocking Dark Magician. I think it is a Dark Magician too. So not the best hand, but we have our Charge of the Light Brigade, so that always works out well. It's a Dark Magician. He searches Dark Magical Circle, uses the Dark Magical Circle, searches an Illusion Magic. Now, my opponent sets 2, but I didn't really get any delays from this, so as I'm making my plays, I was super confused. And then it made me change how I was gonna play. But look at what we hit, guys. We hit 2 Destroyosaurus and a Miscellaneousaurus, adding Illumina to our hand. Gonna use it again. Dump 1 more Saurus. Dump the Raiden. Now we're gonna start right with the Saurus. We were gonna start with an Infinity, or a Tyranno Infinity, to get his Banish out, but there was no Banish, there was no delay, so we're just gonna get Tyranno, do all our Synchros, whatever we wanted. We could have gone into Michael for a Banish, Black Rose Wipe, Zeta, whatever you wanted, guys. It was crazy. But he had to surrender. He bricked. I don't know how he bricked with an Illusion Magic and a Magical Circle, so it's pretty hard to do, but I guess he didn't have a navigation. But this deck, guys, I was surprised with how competent this deck is. It's just pulling out Tyrannos, 4K Tyrannos out of the blue. It just really sucker punches people, guys. It's pretty crazy. And then you have all the normal Synchro plays with the Lightsworn. You have a little extra Synchro plays with your Dinos. Works out really well, guys. It's a really, really fun deck, honestly. So if you're trying to play more with your Miscellaneousaurus, really give it a go. And thanks for watching, guys.